make them feel wanted. Meanwhile, one developing story, Andrew Luck continues to be sidelined by a leg injury, and Jim Irsay shed a little more light on Luck's health. Listen to this.
Everyone's had their questions about Andrew and that sort of thing, but I really feel, very confident that he's going to, find his way through this thing. I think, after Durant thing and everything, everyone's erring on the side of caution. But quite frankly, this is not even in the Achilles tendon. It's, in another area. It's a bone. He couldn't be more excited for the season, and we wish there wasn't any little tweaks at all. But, these things come up, and you just got to deal with them.
So he missed all of 2017. Yeah. He played all 16 games last season. What do you make of Irsay's comments right now?
Well, here's what's troubling, Kevin. Andrew Luck hurt his leg, whatever it is, about 5 months ago in April. And since April, Andrew Luck has practiced 3 times. 3 times in almost 5 months. They still don't know when he's going to practice again. He's not going to practice this week. He's not going to play in week 2. It's hard to imagine that they rush him back and put him out there in week 3. He's not going to play in the preseason in week 4. So the question now is, without a preseason, without practicing much in the summer at all, can they get him ready for week 1 and the Los Angeles Chargers? And they've been very vague about what is exactly wrong with Andrew Luck, but there have been enough injuries with him over time, and he's that good that you get concerned that anything going wrong with
Jacoby Brissett is the backup, and Frank Reich has said that they're open to the idea of carrying 3 quarterbacks entering the season. We'll see how this plays out, Adam. Thank you so much. All has been good with the Colts when Luck is healthy. Take a look at this. Since he entered the NFL in 2012, there are 20 games over 500 when Luck starts, compared to 10 and 16 when he's unavailable. And Indy scoring, yards per play, QBR have been far better with Luck under center. PTI guys weighing in on Irsay's comments about his franchise quarterback.
All right, Wilbon, how much did Jim Irsay's comments raise your level of concern about Andrew Luck?
About that much.
Okay.
Jim Irsay's comments have, first of all, they don't even make sense. As most of the things Jim Irsay says publicly don't make sense. What makes sense is that you're concerned because Andrew Luck, he's not on the field practicing. He's out there stretching. He's, being stretched and having a assisted movement and all those kinds of things. Is he throwing the football? Is he in a jersey and moving and throwing and participating with his team? No, he's not. That is what should concern you, not anything that Jim Irsay says that may or may not make any sense.
So you and I talk a lot about Antonio Brown. And your position on Antonio Brown is, don't bother me until he's not out on the field for the first game.
That's right.
And I sort of feel the same way about Andrew Luck, because we've seen this before. He could not get out on the field for any of the games one year because of a shoulder problem. This, to me, is sort of like comic relief, because Jim Irsay, the mad tweeter, is talking about a small bone. He's not a doctor. I am a doctor, not that kind of doctor. I mean, I will be tremendously concerned if Andrew Luck is not out there on game 1. But until then,
Tony,
I'm going to trust the fact that he had a great year last year and he says he'll be there. I will trust that.
Yeah, but I'm separating those two guys in this way. Antonio Brown is he's there purely for entertainment until the season begins, until the ball is snapped. Andrew Luck isn't. Andrew Luck's a more serious person than Antonio Brown. And Antonio Brown doesn't want to be out there. Andrew Luck does. He wants to be out there, and he can't get there.
But
I'd be more concerned with Luck.
Game 1, we'll see.
All right. That's it. We're done. Back to you.
All right, thanks, guys. Still to come.
See ramifications, and for that, here is the one, the only, the man, Matthew Berry, who's with us. And quickly, I did want to ask you about that. With all of this insanity, candidly, with Antonio Brown, how does that impact Brown and maybe even his quarterback from a fantasy standpoint?
Well, it certainly doesn't help Derek Carr, who is being drafted low.